First, first I begin with Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor. Bare. But all the time, I's been a climbin' on, and reachin' landin's, and turnin' corners, and sometimes goin' in the dark, where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you set down on the steps 'cause you find it's kinder hard. Don't you fall now, for I's still goin', honey. I's still climbin', and life for me ain't been no crystal stair. There was a time in my life that I would get home and directly get ready for bed. Being able to sleep was my only release. When I was sleeping, I was dreaming, and when I was awake, all I thought about was leaving. I disliked people. I mean, who likes middle schoolers? I wasn't taunted or teased. I just found my peers immature and irrelevant. When you distance yourself from others and even your true self, it's hard to know how to have a healthy relationship with another person. Talking to other people was extremely uncomfortable for me. The idea of talking to a cashier put so much strain on my mind that I went to the bathroom to avoid the checkout line. Ordering at restaurants was painful. It's not because there are too many choices, but because I was too afraid to order anything. If you knew me then, by now you'd be sick of chicken strips and lemonade. The summer I was 12, I joined Hoover's cross-country team, but it wasn't until a year later until the team became a big part of my life. I'll have you know I hate running, but I love the atmosphere of being part of a team while still having independence. I began making connections with the people on my team. Making new friends helped me overcome loneliness. Running was and is a healthy way to release my anxiety. And for once, instead of being in my room, I was making new friends. I also began to see a counselor. The first session was weird. I never told anybody how I honestly felt, not even my parents. I remember last year when I refused to go to school, my mom would told me that instead I would have to go see Joe. Hallelujah, I didn't have to go to school, but instead I got to see somebody I like and talk to them. I didn't disagree. Talking to Joe taught me how to be comfortable with myself. Being comfortable in your own skin is the best feeling in the world, and it's too bad I didn't know that feeling for a while. When you become comfortable in your body, you begin to love every inch of yourself. When you love yourself and understand you have flaws and accept whom you are able to be happy. And Joe listened without judgment. The feelings of pouring your thoughts out was addicting. Now I'm able to cry, able to laugh too. I'm able to express my emotions without any hesitation. We're all given different obstacles in our life to overcome. We can either stop or let the situation unfurl, or we can get past, then continue to reach our goal. Whatever life hands you, you are strong enough to handle, even if you have to ask for help. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor. Bare, but all the time, I's been a climbin' on, and reachin' landin's, and turnin' corners, and sometimes goin' in the dark, where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back, don't you set down on the steps, 'cause you find it's kinder hard. Don't you fall now, for I's still goin', honey, I's still climbin', and life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Thank you.